So, first of all, we need to make something real clear. The way black women think is not the same way black men think. What do I mean specifically? Black men don't have this attitude that they think every black woman is like his sister and he needs to treat every black woman he sees on the streets like it's her sister, and that they need to stick together. But black women, on the other hand, when a black man died by white supremacists or police brutality or whatever, by the system, then they're like, yeah, it could have been my brother, it could have been my father, my uncle, my cousin, whatever, Black Lives Matter, and so on. And that shows you clearly that black men and black women don't have the same mindset, and that black men have other interests than black women. Are your family members, black male family members, does these too? You know it. Like, the fact that you clicked on this video means that your gut feeling told you, yeah, my black male family member could be a Dusty as well. The Dusty we talk about on the internet, on the black women's spaces. The Dusties who only date white women, the Dusties who don't care about the black community and don't do anything collectively to build with other black men in order to build safety, like protection for their people, especially the women and children. The Dusty that only wants to be included by the white man, by the community of the white man, and wants to be with the white man and so on, and like the Dusty logic, you know, the Dusty who's also abusive, because when your black male family member is abusive, of course he's a Dusty, abusive, like emotionally, or narcissistic abuse, or sexual abuse, and so on. Like, you know it yourself. Like, first of all, listen to your gut feeling, and second of all, distance yourself from abuse when a person is very negative or even dangerous, like aggressive. Like, distance yourself from this family member in general. And you know what, I personally, like, it's not hard for me to see reality for what it is and to have a realistic image of the people around me. It doesn't matter if these are my parents or siblings. I have a very realistic view of them, and it's not always like this. Sometimes I get overwhelmed by my emotions because these are the people I grew up with and I know the longest in my life. But at the same time, you need to prioritize yourself, and no one has the right to treat you like badly or disrespect you. It doesn't matter who it is, if it's your mother, if it's even your mother, you know, it doesn't matter. And at first you can try to talk to them, and if you're not, like, you don't have the confidence to talk with them personally, you can try to write a letter and write down without too much negativity. That I mean with that, don't say like you did this or you did that. Try to articulate what you want to say clearly, but at the same time not too negative, because then they won't even read, you know. So you can also write a letter and say, you know, that's what I'm feeling, and I would love that we could talk about it, and that we can be like, and so on, like what you wish, say, yeah, I feel like this, and so on, and don't make too much like, yeah, you did this and you are this, and so on. And if that doesn't help and the person doesn't want to communicate and always blames you, then you need to distance yourself from this family member, especially black male family members, since this is the topic of the video. Are your black male family members Dusties too? Because let's not be delusional. I mean, it's hard to accept, but how could it be that black men you don't know are all Dusties, or the majority of them as a collective group? They're very dusty and absolute failures. Let's be clear, the condition of the black diaspora shows us that they are failures. Second of all, like it cannot be realistic that the black male family members or your black male friends are not dusty, but all other black men are dusty. Like, be realistic and be honest to yourself, and then try to find a solution. When the person doesn't want to talk to you or is very emotional and triggered really fast and cannot have an honest conversation, then distance yourself from this person. When these are friends or homies, I don't know, then it's easy to cut them off, because friends come and go, and these days I don't know if it's even possible to find genuine friends. But when they are family members, it's harder. I get that, but distance yourself, you know, like don't get your energy confused. And like I said, at first try to talk, but if it's not possible to talk to them and they disrespect you and blame you for everything, like the dusty logic, it's everybody else's fault and they are never wrong, then distance yourself or even cut them off completely. You know if they are dusty or not. You know it in your gut feeling, and you know the person best. I cannot tell you if your black male family member is a dusty. Also look at how they treat other black women. Do they only date white women? Because that's very strange, and I don't care which country you live in. Black women also like always find a way to date black men, because we are race loyal and we should stop that. And we don't have that much self-hatred that we desperately want to date someone who looks the opposite of us. You know, like me personally, I'm very careful with black men because of the many reasons, and I've been talking about this in my other reasons. But if they wouldn't be that dusty, of course I would prefer them, because these are the men of my group, of my race. But because reality is what it is, I'm not going to worship them or fight for them. Like, why should a woman fight man for man? That means you're the mom, you're a mammy. So no, I want to rest my femininity, and I see the condition of the community. I see the way black men treat black women like animals, kill them. In the US it's strict, kill them every 6 hours. I don't want to know how it is in Africa, even with the misogyny and the femicide. In Europe, I'm German. In Europe, I must be honest, I didn't look it up if there are statistics that show how if there's a real femicide problem between black men and black women. Because in Germany, at least, we don't separate in races, we separate in ethnicities and nationalities. And I got the impression that in Germany we act like, yeah, there's no racism, only because yeah, we are not getting killed like that and so on, or like it's a difference, because the history of Germany and the history of the US is completely different. Like the majority of American history is or the history of America is the US is based on slavery and exploitation of other ethnic groups and so on, and race, how it's all separated in races. We don't have it in Germany, that you like tell your race, you tell your nationality. I don't even think you need to tell your ethnic background. Only your nationality, but in America it's different. But anyways, I need to look it up since I'm German and since I'm European, and yeah. But anyways, guys, are your black male family members dusty? You know that they are dusty, and even if these family members are good people, they still got black male pathology, because they are black males, because of the condition in the community and the black male worship in the community. Don't get me wrong, I talk a lot about community, but I don't, I separated myself from Blackistan, from the black community, and I live for myself because of the many reasons I said. Like, don't see any hope for black people as a collective. That's why I focus on black women. I already passed these stages of trying to talk, at first trying to talk about racism with non-black people, and then trying to talk with biracials and black men and so on. Yeah, let's stop colorism, and we hate ourselves and so on, and that all I passed these stages. I'm already at the point that I focus on black women, that we liberate ourselves, from Blackistan, and because we've been holding the community, we've been doing all that stuff, and we put ourselves in a masculine position, and that needs to stop. That really needs to stop, and we should try to be a community as black women, the black women who mentally freed themselves from the narcissistic abuse in the black community, that we unite and support each other. And the internet is a very important and very good tool to do that. Yeah. So I don't want to repeat myself too much. That's what I got to say for today. It's important that you differentiate black women, and that you don't see like strangers, like black men who you don't know and who are not related to you, that you don't see them as a brother, or that you ignore their history, that they've been criminals or been treating black women like shit, and then forget all of that because he got killed by a white supremacist police officer. No, like, black men don't see us as their counterparts or their people. Like, naturally we are, factually, like, it's a fact that black men are our natural counterparts, if I like it or not. I also don't like it because I don't want to be associated with them, since they got this strange pathology and that bad image they have to create themselves. But it's a fact, and don't feel pressured, and don't feel like you owe black men anything. Like, you don't owe them anything. And don't forget that black men have other interests than black women. Black women wanted a black community, that we build generational wealth, that we stop being dependent on the white people, and that we free ourselves. Black men, on the other hand, didn't want separation. They wanted to be included into the white male and into the community of another group of men, and that's the white community. They want to be accepted. They don't want to build anything for themselves. They don't want to protect the women and the children of their community. They create single mothers all around, and when you have that in mind, black men just have other interests than black women. They see us as a separate group. Then you will stop worshipping them. Like, stop that black male worship. These are adult men, and they know what they are doing, and they've been behaving like this since centuries. Let's be honest to ourselves. And even if your black male family member is not abusive and supports you and all of that, always keep in mind they probably also got black male pathology because of the conditions we created in the community, that they have these privileges as black males within the black community, that we never hold them accountable for anything and even worship them, call them kings even though they don't have any resources or kingdom. So at the end of the day, I'm telling you this so you keep it in mind and you don't feel like guilty when you don't treat a black man you don't know like kings. You don't need to do that. I personally I distance myself from black men. I try to avoid them, and it's since I've realized all the things, and I've been watching Cynthia G and other black women who talk about black men's psychology and also the condition in the black community in general, and black women's psychology. It's like crazy how what they are saying, it's proving in my daily life. I don't mean like I'm disrespectful towards black men or at my job. I'm respectful. I treat everyone the same, but I had some occasions it didn't escalate, but some occasions black men felt entitled that I prefer them or treat them better than other customers, or that I feel so happy that they give me any attention. It's not, no, and it's so funny to see that it's showing what I'm hearing other black women say, what I was feeling probably and knowing subconsciously, but didn't want to say is face the reality, the truth that it shows in my daily life. Yeah, it's really like this, and it doesn't matter where we are. Black male pathology is globally the same. It's crazy. Like I said, I'm German and it's crazy. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and please click on the notification bell so you won't miss any information. I try to upload more because I see the responses, like my African American sisters, queens. Like, thank you so much for your support, honestly, and that you exist, and that you are the most educated, and that you, like, y'all are such an inspiration, like, honestly. And if it, like, if there wouldn't be the internet and African American women, brave African American women who would talk about these topics, and also colorism, so on, I think I wouldn't be as confident as I am now. Like, when I'm speaking English, it's like my confident language, like my, oh yeah, you can't tell me nothing. That's like how I feel when I speak English, because of you. Also, please comment, let me know your thoughts. And yeah, and share my channel, my videos, so we can be more and grow as a community. Yeah, thank you so much, and I see you next time.